I'm Clinton Griffiths. Last marketing year, China bought 54% of U.S. soybean exports. This year, however, the country has yet to make a single purchase of new crop beans. And that has farmers and traders on edge. AgDay's Michelle Rook joins me. Michelle, we've been following this story for a while. Are there any hopeful signs?
Well, Clinton, China is sending its vice commerce minister to the U.S. for an informal negotiating session with trade officials, including USTR Jamison Greer. The move is seen as progress after the 90-day pause in the tariff tiff. But so far, China has bought no new crop U.S. soybeans. And there's growing concern the U.S. will miss its prime soybean export window. Exports of old crop U.S. soybeans to China are down 50% for the first half of 2025. And with a 35% tariff rate, China's been absent from the U.S. new crop soybean market, even though U.S. prices are 70 cents cheaper than Brazil.
Zero new crop sales on the books. The Chinese have told some of their, of course, crushers and importers not to buy U.S. soybeans. They've been very active down in South America.
Bossi thinks that China is halting purchases as leverage to gain a better trade deal.
The Chinese like having in their back pocket the ability to say, you know, I'm not buying U.S. ag products or goods in general, so that when they get to that goods negotiation, which will take some time, that this is an arrow in their quiver.
China is the top U.S. soybean customer, but Northwest Corn Belt farmers are even more reliant on that market, so the lack of demand has widened basis levels. In North Dakota, it's well under the futures.
We're already seeing that impact up here in the Northern Plains with our basis levels at elevators, between $1.20 to $1.50. Some elevators are even not looking at buying soybeans this fall just because of not having an out for them.
So far, it looks like China has bought soybeans from Brazil well into fall.
I think the Chinese are well covered on September, October soybean needs. So if the U.S. has an opportunity, it would be November, December, maybe some of January.
So the fear is with the tariff tiff pause 90 days, a China deal may not come in time for the U.S. to hit their peak soybean export window.
Our window to sell, or our optimum window for exports to China, is the October, November, December timeframe. So if we don't see them come in here pretty soon, it's likely we're only going to see half of the marketing year where we can actually sell to China.
That may get you up to something like imports of 11 to 14 million tons. But, again, it's not the kind of demand we'd like to see from China longer term.
And that could further hurt soybean prices entering harvest.
This follows through and we don't see demand here in this October, November timeframe. Once we get into our harvest, I do think futures will see a little bit of pressure and the basis will continue to widen out as well.